Now for the final video in this series, we'll take a look at the Vault feature of Nuke Stage. This is where Nuke Stage records and preserves all the metadata from a virtual production shoot. The Vault uses two methods to record that data, via Snapshot and a Take record. You can see buttons to activate either method on the top right of the UI. We'll take a deeper dive into both methods, but first, the best workspace to use when interacting with Vault data will be in the Sequence workspace. Now that we're in the Sequence workspace, in the bottom panel you will see the Vault tab. We switch to this panel and you will see a list view panel. Here you can input the slate data and take number. The take numbering automatically increments with each separate take, but can also be overridden with a specific number if needed. You have duplicates of the snapshot and record take buttons here, and also a settings cog, which will open up the dialog box to set the preferences of the capture method, whether you want to record Vault data only on take, startup, or from the first take. The database path location and naming patterns, typically recommended to have a string tag attached so files don't get too bloated or overwritten, and the automatic snapshot frequency. A snapshot is a state of your project at a specific time and all the information associated with that project. That means every node, every setting, every hardware parameter, etc. is recorded into a database file and can be restored in the future. Think of it as a lightweight saving method. On the other hand, a take is more specific to your camera data. So this would be the position of the camera according to that moment in time and the duration of that recorded state. When you add a snapshot or record a take, you can see it populates in the Vault panel and the data associated. For a snapshot, we'll see the slate name, the take, date, and time. There's no durations for snapshots, and whether it's a manual or automatic snapshot, the location of the database file, and you can add a description with each take to identify any extra info that might be relevant. When you highlight a snapshot at the bottom of the panel, three buttons will become active that will allow you to either restore that highlighted snapshot, export the project at that point in time, or only the camera. So if we create a snapshot, edit something in our node graph, then restore that snapshot, it will revert back to the project state before the changes. With takes, when pressed, the button will change state to red whilst recording and add a red icon to the take row, and you'll be able to see the duration ticking up. Also, it will automatically increment to the next take for the next version once you stop recording. Once you have the data, you can then export that camera via USD to a location, and the file naming conventions have tagging tokens similar to Nuke Studio to utilize metadata to label up the files correctly without any conflict. All can be customized and overridden with specific naming if needed. You can also customize the start and end time of the take if you find that you've been recording for longer than necessary. And you can also choose which cameras to export, i.e. the inner, outer, or all. Typically you might want to export them all. Once you've exported, you can import that data into Nuke for use. You'll want to change your timeline from frames to timecode to make sure you're looking at the camera at the correct time. Also, if you're exporting a USD from Nuke Stage to Nuke and you've made any adjustments to match your physical LED volume space, then you'll need to add a transform geo so it will line up with your camera. The Vault system is really powerful organization, interoperability, and passing on accurate shoot metadata onto the VFX artists and studios in post-production. So that concludes this series of tutorials on Nuke Stage. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.